Hi and good morning. This is Danielle with the Crafty Spoonful, and I am joined here with Nora. Are you Nora? Yeah. We are going to be making 2-ingredient silly putty. Is that going to be fun? Yeah. Silly putty, and we are doing this craft just as a way to get Nora involved in some fun mixing, because Nora loves to mix. I don't know if you guys have small children or if you have toddlers or preschoolers, but making messes is fun. So we are going to be making a mess today. It's a controlled mess, but nevertheless, she still thinks it's a fun mess. So silly putty is super simple to make. 2 ingredients. I have cornstarch, which you can find in your pantry, and I have dish soap. I use the blue stuff. I'm not sure if it would work with anything else because this is what we use. So you can try it out and test it out. What's great about this is it's literally 2 ingredients and it's equal parts of each ingredient. So we have equal parts cornstarch to equal parts soap. I'm going to just do a 1/2 cup, but if you're making it for a couple of more kids, you can increase the amount that you're making. You ready to do it? Okay. So we're going to start by measuring out. We got to measure out it. You ready? Okay. So we're going to put all of the cornstarch that Nora just got out back in, and it's going to get everywhere, but that's okay because we're making a mess today, huh, Nora? Okay, so we have the cornstarch back in there. Now she's going to take the measuring cup, and you're going to use the spoon to put the cornstarch in the measuring cup. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. There you go. Now I'm not sure if you guys have made slime before or Play-Doh or anything else like that, but everything can be made with this base of cornstarch, and then you can also, did you get some in your water? You can add different ingredients to make different types of bases. So you have Play-Doh, we have sidewalk chalk that we make, we have this silly putty, and it's all really easy because you're using the same ingredients that you can find in your house. So I think we have enough now. You think we have enough? So I'm not quite sure if that is a 1/2 cup, but we'll figure it out as we're adding the dish soap. So now, do you want Mommy to pour the dish soap? Yeah, and then I'll pour it in here, or you want to help me? So we're just going to do equal parts, like I said, dish soap and cornstarch. So we have, let's see, perfect. Now if you want, you can use instead of using the dry ingredient measuring cup, you can use a wet ingredient measuring cup. But we like to just use what we have on hand. There we go. Okay. You got it. So what are you going to use to mix it? A spoon? Okay. So she's going to use her spoon to mix it, and we'll see what it turns out like. This is Nora's first time making silly putty, but if you head over to a Crafty Spoonful and you search 2-ingredient silly putty or just search silly putty, you'll find when my 6-year-old made silly putty with me, and it was really fun. Yes. Mix and mix and mix and mix. Is that good? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's great about this is even if they're using their hands to mix up the silly putty, you can still wash really easily because it's dish soap. So you don't even need to add soap when you're washing your hands after cleanup. Do you want me to help you a little? Okay. So I'm going to help her just try and incorporate the dish soap and the silly putty together, so that you can see it coming together. Who are you saying hi to? Are you saying hi to everyone? Yeah? Okay. So we're starting to mix it. Yes. Oh, can you see me mixing? Yeah? So it's starting to come together. We're going to add a little bit more cornstarch though, because we want to have it pliable so that she can make stuff with it. Right now it's just kind of runny. So I'm going to help you by adding a little bit more of this, and you're going to mixy, 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 okay? Okay, go ahead. So it's not an exact science. With baking, you have to measure everything out and make sure it's all perfectly aligned and fits the recipe. But with these kind of activities with the kids, it's so much easier to just let them do what they want and go at it. So again, equal parts dish soap and cornstarch to make our silly putty. And it's starting to come together. Do you see that? Yeah?
More.
More? No, we don't need more. Let's see. It looks like we might need a little extra cornstarch. Oh, I put too much in there, guys. Okay, don't worry, we're not going to be using this thing later, so we're okay. I do tend to have cornstarch on hand just for crafts so that we can kind of play around with it and we don't have to worry about cross-contamination. Oh, look at that. And what's really fun about using the blue dish soap is that it makes a really fun color.
There's more in there.
Yeah, more in there, huh? And then we need a little bit more dish soap. Let's do that. Okay. And then do you want to get your hands in there and mix it? Okay, go ahead. So now Nora's just going to use her hands and mix it around. And see, it's kind of sticky, but it's fun. You got it? There we go.
Not eating.
No? Okay, did we put too much? Did we put too much in there? Okay. It's okay. You're allowed to do that. There we go.
No.
Okay, so we have some of it made. It's not quite silly putty consistency because I dumped a little too much cornstarch in there. I'm sorry about that. But it is kind of like a Play-Doh now, which is pretty fun. But if you do the equal parts and you are making sure that you're keeping track of what's going in there, you want to play with that? It will turn into a silly putty that it's more of like an oozy putty. That's fun for the kids to play with. So I'm going to add just a little bit more as we're going to try and get the consistency I want to show you guys. But then I want to also show you a couple of other things that we do with the cornstarch and with the dish soap. So like I've always said, we try and use things around the house we already have so we don't have to spend money on other things. And one of those things that we do is we make sidewalk chalk paint. So, good job. So what we do is with the cornstarch, you take equal parts cornstarch and water, and then you add, you got it? Now you touch it, now you touch it. See, it's starting to get sticky again. Equal parts cornstarch and water, and then you add some dye to it, some food coloring or whatever you use. We have the food coloring for the eggs right now, so that's what's in our house. And you can make this paint that you can go and paint on the sidewalk with paintbrushes, and the kids love it. So if you also go to craftyspoonful.com, you can see the exact recipe for that. But if you want, well, she's playing with this. You want to play with that? You want to play with your putty? So now, yeah, now it's more of like a putty consistency, and she's able to play with it a little bit more. And then you can like flatten it, put your fingers in it, and do all that fun stuff. So, while she's playing with that, I will show you the two different things that we do to use up our dish soap and our cornstarch. Okay, so in order to make you know what? Okay, so we have our container, and you're gonna have equal parts water and cornstarch, and you're gonna mix it together. Here we go.
I need a baby wipe.
A baby wipe. Okay, so water and cornstarch. Play with your putty. You want to put your putty out on the mat? Okay.
Mommy.
Okay, so I have 1 cup of the. Oh no. I have 1 cup of the water and 1 cup of the cornstarch. And we're gonna dump that in there, and then I'm going to use the spoon again, other side, and mix. Are you gonna mix? Mix. And then I'm just going to pour it back into the measuring cup and then put it into a little container that I have out here to put the different colors in. So again, we've already made our silly putty. Nora's playing with our silly putty. And now I am mixing up a DIY chalk, side chalk paint. So we have the base. We have it all mixed up. We have the cornstarch and the water equal parts. I'm going to pour some of that back in here. And we're going to use that. Hold on one sec. Nope, not in there. We have this little container that we use for our sidewalk paint. And we're going to pour this in here. And that way the kids can take this outside and paint with it. So there's our sidewalk chalk. And here's our dye. So we're going to dump 1 to 2 drops of the paint in there, or the drips in there. And this is a great project for when you want to
turn.
teach them colors. Or what color is this?
Yellow.
Yellow in there. Which one is this one?
Pink.
Blue.
No.
So she's still getting it, but she's almost there. So I have blue, but if you want to show them how yellow and blue make green, you can put equal parts of that in there. And I'm just going to show you a couple of colors. So I have the yellow mixed up, the green mixed up, and the blue mixed up. So now I'll show you guys what they look like. Let me see if I can do this. You can kind of see them in there. And then I will grab a piece of paper and show you how the chalk looks on the paper. So
I use pink, but let me use pink.
sure, you can use paint. So it kind of paints right on, and then when you go outside it'll look a little better because it'll start to dry and it'll actually look like chalk when it's dried. So the kids can make their art and do whatever they want on the chalk, and then you can just rinse it away and it's all good. Is that fun? So we have our silly putty. She's played with it. Oh, paintbrush? Okay. So we have our silly putty. It was super easy to make. We kind of went a little overboard with the ingredients. But again, equal parts cornstarch and Dawn dish soap, and you will have your silly putty. I like to mix it in the container that we're going to store it in so that the kids can jump and grab it whenever they need it, and then play and then put it back so that it doesn't dry out. The silly putty usually lasts about a week in our house, and then we have to toss it.
No pink.
No paint, it's right here, sweetheart. See it? Here you go. Yeah. Do you want to use it?
No pink.
Oh, not in these ones. So she's wondering why there's no paint in the other ones, but we haven't put paint in there right now. It's okay. You don't need more, really? Okay, well, we're going to start painting. She's probably going to want to come outside now and paint. But you guys, if you try this out or if you need any more direction on what to do with these ingredients, please feel free to reach out. And then I was going to show you one last craft, but we kind of got taken away with that. So really simple. If you do 3 parts water and half a cup, 3 cups water and half a cup of Dawn dish soap and gently stir around, you can get homemade bubbles.
Mommy.
You can get homemade bubbles. I'm not sure if you heard me over that. But so, again, you can make the 2 ingredient silly putty with the 1 part cornstarch, 1 part dish soap. You can make the sidewalk chalk with 1 part cornstarch, 1 part water, and some food coloring. Or you can make homemade bubbles with using 3 cups water and half a cup of the dish soap. So have fun, get outside, and enjoy. Are you okay? Enjoy your day. Thanks so much for tuning in. And make sure to tune in next week for Crafts and Coffee with a Crafty Spoonful. Thank you.